The defendant is facing the possibility of life in prison. It's the court's duty to ensure his appearance. The bond will be $1 million anyway. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a courtroom. You will conduct yourselves at all time appropriately.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and that's you viewers. Joining us now, that, by the way, former University of Cincinnati police officer Ray Tenzing pleading not guilty today to charges of murder and voluntary manslaughter in the July 19th shooting of Samuel DuBose. Representing the DuBose family is our friend, criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor, CNN legal analyst, and that is Mark O'Mara, the founder of O'Mara Law Group. Hello, sir.
Hey, Steve. How you doing?
Well, thanks for taking the time. Great to talk to you.
Sure.
First thing, are you surprised that the bail is $1 million? No,
I think that's appropriate. That seems to be standard for a murder case in Ohio. I would like it to have been higher only because we don't want him out. And when you have to pay 10% of a bond, $100,000 to get out, he may be able to do that, and we truly want him in jail pending trial.
And what's the main reason you want him, don't want him out?
Two reasons. It was a purposeful murder by the charge. We know that he intentionally took a life of Sam. That's one, and that's primary. Secondarily, when you have somebody in a position of authority and of trust, as a police officer is and has to be, the violation of that trust makes it, in the family's opinion, even that much more significant. He should get, though he'll get the benefit of the doubt in front of a jury, he should get no benefits in the criminal justice system up until that point.
All right, Mark, we've seen the tape. We're playing portions of it. We could play portions of it now, and we have been. And when that tape came out, first of all, it showed the police officer, and correct me if I'm wrong, has never had any problem. They never even think he pulled his gun before. He was nothing, and tell me if you think I'm wrong. Stop me where I'm wrong. He was polite as could be to the deceased. He engaged him in conversation. The deceased was driving without a license and had a liquor bottle under the seat, which he handed over to the police officer. The deceased was also polite to the police officer. Yet you say, and based on the charge, this man is charged with intentionally murdering this man. Why would he intentionally murder? Why would it go from cordial on both parts 1 second to literally maybe a second and a half, 2 seconds later, he wanted to kill him?
You know, I would like to find out the true answer to that. I have to look at the facts that are available to us right now, and we have a police officer who is supposed to be trained to interact with individuals, right? Look, if you're afraid of blood, don't become a surgeon. If you're afraid of a courtroom, don't become a lawyer. If you're afraid or can't handle the stress of being a police officer, then you shouldn't be. And maybe he hasn't been found out to be who he was in the past. But what I do know, and I agree that he's cordial, but I could also make an argument that as he's handling that situation, he seems to be handling it with increased animosity. The attitude with "show me the license, show me the license."
Well, doesn't he have? But Mark, doesn't he have a right
to de-escalate the situation, not the opposite?
But how do you de-escalate when you have a right to ask for the license, and the guy said, finally said, "I don't have one." I mean, so
and
what's a cop to do?
Steve,
and then
what he said was, "I don't have the license with me. Can you look up my name?"
Right.
So that's one possibility. How about another possibility? Back away a couple of feet from the car. Why are you opening the car door at that point when you don't need to? Why don't you say this? Sir,
okay, fair enough. But why? Now, the deceased has an extensive arrest record, if I'm not mistaken. I thought I heard somebody say 70 arrests in the past. So one would also ask, again, I'm not defending the cop here. I'm just playing.
I hear you.
Okay, but I want the people to know. Why would your defendant want to run? I mean, why would he shut the door if the cop's opening it? Why would anybody who has nothing to fear do that? Why would they put the key in the ignition to whether it started before the shot, after the shot, to try to maybe insinuate he wants to get away? Why? Why would the deceased have done that?
In his some 50-something arrests, not one was for resisting. Not one was for obstruction.
What were they? What were they? All drug arrests?
Were they all? They were license arrests, pot arrests, things like that. There were nothing anywhere near
All right,
anything violent.
one more.
Nothing
You
with
said
resisting
you
officers.
alluded to, Mark, and we're almost out of time. Maybe the cop, maybe his past will be found out, or do you know something, or are you saying maybe?
No.
Okay.
All I know is when I look at that videotape, I see absolutely no reason why that officer wouldn't got anywhere near that spectrum of use of force that you and I are well aware of.
Right.
That would have said it is anywhere near appropriate to take out your gun.
Final question.
And
Is
then
that,
he lies through his teeth about it when he says he was dragged when body camera shows.
Final question.
So we have no credibility.
You see no, yes or no, you see any reason that man could have feared for his life? The officer.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
There was nothing that Sam did to do anything that would have given any reasonable person that kind
Mark,
of fear.
I thank you. Thanks for being with us. Appreciate it. The Malzberg panel is next. Don't go away, folks.